Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a quick look at the Sovrygn watches calendar, which is a pretty cool watch with a lot of functions. It's coming to Kickstarter in a couple months. I will keep you updated in the description below, or you can sign up on their website for the newsletter and you'll get notified when the campaign is launching. And I'll leave all that info in the description below. Anyway, this is the actual case the watch actually comes in, which I thought was pretty cool. So it has their logo like all over it, and you open it up and it comes on a little pillow, and the pillow is actually attached to the sides, which is pretty cool. So an interesting way, a nice little pouch to carry the watch in. I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, let's take a look at the watch and let's jump right into it. Now the Sovrygn calendar will be available in 6 different variations. This is the blacked out variation with a red dial, as you can see here. Kind of a nice deep red, which has some nice, gives it a nice little look when the light hits it, as you can see there. With gold tone accents and markers and hands. Just an interesting version. There are many different versions, like I said. This is just the black one. It's a solid 316L stainless steel case. As you can see, it's a very interesting case design. Definitely a custom case design. A lot of nice angles there. Nice broad lugs, as you can see there. The watch is very good quality. It feels like a good quality watch in hand. You can see the other side, nice brushing, Sovrygn logo engraved into the side of the watch. There's the pusher for one of the functions. We'll get more into everything. You get a signed crown there, and a really nice bracelet as well. So yeah, I think it's a pretty nice looking watch. Obviously everything is custom made on this watch. It has a lot of functions, as you can probably see by looking at the dial. But let's get right into it. Let's first take a look at the dimensions. So the watch itself is housed in a 39mm case, which is a really nice size for a lot of people these days. I really like the size of this watch. It fits very nicely on my wrist, at least. Case thickness, you're looking at 13mm, which is not that bad. You're looking at 100 meters of water resistance with a screw-down crown, which is very nice. Of course, you can take this thing in the water. Just make sure the crown is screwed down. You do have a 20mm lug width here. Bracelet tapers all the way down to 16 at the clasp here, where it conforms nicely to form their S logo, which I thought was pretty interesting. We do get an anti-reflective sapphire crystal with AR coating, of course. Case back has mineral. There's an exhibition case back on this one. Lug to lug, we're looking at 47mm, which is very nice in accordance with the 39mm diameter. And yeah, let's get a little closer in on this watch. So this watch is dubbed the calendar. Probably you might have noticed. We have a lot going on here, but it's not too confusing. And I'm sorry for the glare. It's just I seem to be getting a lot of glare on the dial. But anyway, there's some nice functions on this watch with the Miyota 9100 movement, which is a Japanese movement. It's automatic, of course, hand winding hacking, and we have all these functions. So as you can see, we get your month over at the 3 o'clock position. We get a power reserve indicator, up to 40 hours of power reserve. We get your day of the week over here, and then we get a 24-hour subdial, a date wheel over here in black, and then of course your time over here. And all the markers are filled with a blue Loom, as well as the hands. I believe it's BGW9, which is pretty good. So yeah, the watch feels good. You know, take a closer look at the finishing. It's pretty good. Bracelet is also using screws, so very easy to adjust this one. I removed 2 links from each side for my 6.75-inch wrist. But yeah, the movement itself is a Miyota 9100. Most of you guys are familiar with these movements. They're made in Japan. They're very reliable. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the crown here. Nice solid pop out. You get self-winding in the first position. Power indicator is fully up, means it's fully wound already. Pull out one position here. Change the day of the week. Other way, we can change the date. Final position is your time set. Very nice. Very long hands, very legible, bold markers as well. So even with all that stuff going on the dial, you can still read everything perfectly. And the 24-hour subdial goes along with when you rotate the hands. Now this button over here, let me just screw this back in. This button over here is to function the month. That's just for the month. And it seems to be working just fine. So good to see that everything functions as it should. And also with a nice movement, you always want to have an exhibition case back. So we do get a custom rotor job here with their logo inscribed on it. You get to see the Miyota 9100 movement with 26 joules, beats at 4 hertz. And it's a pretty reliable, accurate movement. Most of you guys are pretty familiar with this movement. Also, if you didn't notice, there's quick release pins on the bracelet. There's a leather strap option. I have a leather strap here to show you on a really cool custom clasp as well. But yeah, that's the movement. You guys probably know this movement already. Case back steel, screwed down, 316L stainless steel, 10 ATMs, sapphire, some basic stuff. But the bracelet itself is a very unique design, one that I haven't seen before. And as you can see, it's brushed and then polished on these little circular center portions. You get a butterfly clasp here. Everything comes together very nicely. And you get that S, which is pretty cool. It's very slim on the wrist, it fits nicely, it doesn't add much bulk, which I do appreciate. But yeah, just a very interesting watch. I wonder how the Loom looks, so let's definitely get a Loom shot in right now. And in front of your eyes, that is definitely BGW9 Blue Loom, and it's pretty evenly applied. It's bright, you know, BGW9 is always pretty good. The hands are definitely legible, as well as the markers. And I think it's good enough for a calendar watch like this. On my 6.5, 6.75 inch wrist, the watch wears really nice and firm on the wrist. It's definitely, you know, I definitely can feel it has a decent weight to it, considering it's on an all stainless steel bracelet. And it wears perfectly across, considering the lug to lug is only 47. But yeah, just looking at it straight on, you can definitely read the time from a glance with the nice long hands. I think it's easy to read. Obviously, if you're older, you're probably going to want to look a little closer if you wear glasses to look at the date, the month, and the 24-hour subdial, which has a little texture in there, as you can see where it states calendar 100 meters. But yeah, it's definitely very comfortable on the wrist, doesn't pull hair or anything like that. I think they did a really nice job on this bracelet. If you're not a fan of the bracelet, they will be offering a leather strap option as well, which I have one here to show you with a really cool custom clasp. So here is the custom clasp, as you can see. So everything is pretty much custom on their watches, which I really do appreciate. Really nice blacked out clasp here, fully polished. Clamps in there, and it's very flat, which is pretty cool. Genuine leather, pretty standard band here. But yeah, I think it's pretty nice. You know, if you're not into bracelets or you want to, you know, perfect, you know, down to the millimeter fit, you can always throw it on a nice genuine leather band. I think it's a nice little add-on. If you're not a bracelet guy. In conclusion, I think the watch is very well built, honestly. From down to the bracelet, the case finish, cut, and overall feel of the watch in hand is very good. For their first release, I think this is a great way to come out. They're coming out strong with a great movement, great case finish build, and 6 different variations. So, you know, it costs a lot of money to make 6 different variations. So obviously they're going all in on this watch. And they have some pretty cool dial colors as well. You can check on their website, which I linked down in the description below. Yeah, but everything is pretty positive. I mean, there are no quality control issues on this model. This is a prototype, but I think it looks pretty good. It feels like a well put together watch. I have really nothing to complain about. Unless you don't like, you know, the color of the dial, or you're only into dive watches, or you want a dress watch. But if you want something with a lot of functions, and you want something, you know, a lot of bang for your buck, you're getting a calendar, day, date, 24-hour subdial, power reserve indicator. This is the kind of stuff you see on watches like Jaeger-LeCoultre, and they have the power reserve indicators, day of the week and month and such. If you want that in a cheaper, you know, watch, maybe this is something to look out for. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. This is the Sovrygn calendar coming from the owner Hazmat, which is coming out with this watch in a few months. So definitely stay tuned, guys. I will see you guys on the next video. Definitely smash that like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.